Good afternoon. It's echoey in here again because there's nothing to absorb the sound. But as you saw, we got this place cleaned up. We vacuumed out all of the control joints in the concrete for the next step, which is filling them in. So it's been not quite a year. We're probably, oh shoot, we're close, 11 months since we poured our concrete. So it's good and dry. I'm not too worried about it cracking too much. It could always crack in the future, but what we're gonna do is fill in the cracks with grout, like tile grout you would use in a shower. That way it's a nice flat surface for when we put our epoxy on the floors. So that's what I'm working on today. We just got like a gray, I can't remember, like a dark gray charcoal color. It matches the concrete pretty good. I did a test in the laundry room there. It's too dark really to film in there, so I did a test in there to get the consistency of the grout right and kind of see how it looks, and it matches pretty good. So we're doing this first, and then the next step will be to diamond grind the floors so that then we can put epoxy on. So we got to get this done in order to do that. So all we're using, like I said, is a poly blend sanded grout. I got it mixed up there. I got my bucket of water. It's pretty thin. It's a lot thinner than what you would use for like a tile work, but I'm trying to get it to go down inside the cracks. I tried it both ways, a little bit thicker and pushing it down, or thinner and having it ooze down, and thinner and ooze down seems to work better. And it does get nice and hard in there. So there's a couple of spots that maybe I have to go back a second time, but I think for the most part we'll be good, because like I said, we're gonna grind it down. So we'll start over here, and we got all these cracks to do through the whole thing, but I should be able to get it done today. So we'll start over there. All right, so like I said, I got this grout kind of, it's a little bit thick, but it is pretty thin, like I said. So all I'm doing, putting it on the joint. And kind of massaging it in, and it actually gets down there pretty good. Sit for about 5 minutes or so. It doesn't necessarily have to go 5 minutes. It says to go 5 minutes, but since this concrete is so dry, it's been here for a year, it's sucking in all the moisture. You can see that it's already dry there. So that whole 5 minute thing is probably not as important as if you're doing tile work. Hoping that I can get all the way across the room, one line, before I need to come back and dry it out, or wipe it clean, I guess I should say. One of the other reasons we're doing this is because the guys we had pour our concrete were supposed to come back on the second day and do these cuts. And they wanted to rush it, and they did it on the first day, and I didn't know any better, and I just let it happen. So they kind of blew out some of these joints because it wasn't ready to be cut yet. So this, by doing this, you won't see that those jagged lines. And I'll show you some up close pictures here. I'll take some and splice it in over the top of some of these joints and how they look. And then I guess at the end of the video, you'll see what it looks like afterwards. That's what it looks like. And it's still a little wet over there, so I'll wait. It's still a little damp on the front end. I'll give it another minute or so. I might do that small joint there. Actually, you know what? I gotta go mix more grout. So I'll do that first, then come back and wipe it. And then we can do the other joints. I'll probably work this one next, then that one. And then I'll come back and do the crossways. But this kind of worked out. We almost did 4 foot by 4 foot squares. And I'm kind of glad we went bigger. I think these are about 7 by 7, 8 by 8, something like that. Because that'd have been a heck of a lot more joints if we did 4 by 4. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is wipe it with a sponge, get the excess. This is probably not necessary because, like I said earlier, we're gonna diamond grind these floors, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, as if you're doing grout out of the shower or backsplash or something. I don't think it'll hurt. And it'll kind of show us what it's gonna look like, so. It's not going to be perfect, which is why we're doing this. You can kind of see where it's drying in the, where this is not perfect. But again, this is why we're doing this. Now, instead of after we diamond grind the floors. Which you may have seen somebody else in the video too. My father-in-law, my in-laws are here. And they're here for almost 2 weeks, so we're trying to make a bunch of progress over the next 2 weeks with the help. Because we got a lot to do before this baby comes. All right, well, I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but I got the call that it's supper time, like half hour ago, so I better go in. But living room is done, great room is done. It's incredibly hard to see because of the sun, so I'll show you close-up shots later. But you already saw a little bit, so the hallway's done, pantry's done, this is done, laundry room's done, the bathroom's done. So pretty decent progress, I'd say that's halfway. And this is like the majority of the joints, because it's a big room. Like in here, there's literally just one that way, one this way. In here, one this way, that way. And it's got a partial, two partials. This bathroom just has a small one. And then this here has an X and then a partial. So it's really not, in these rooms, it's really not too much more. This, like I said, this great room was the majority of it. So I'm through one bag of grout. One more I would think would be enough to finish everything that I have to do. This bedroom has like a couple X's. So that one's got quite a bit, but no big thing. So probably not gonna finish tonight. I'll probably try to finish this tomorrow morning, and then we can get ready for the diamond grinder. All right, back at it. That looks really good. It's all hard now. It's set. You can see where I wiped, but it does blend really nice with the concrete. So I think once we get this all ground down, I think it's gonna look really good. So like I think I said last night, I have those, I got the master wing, got those 4 rooms up there, and I got the guest room. So I'm trying to get this knocked out, get done with it, and move on. And be ready for something else. So actually today, working on this, today is Tina's birthday. So this will come out, not on her birthday, but you can all wish her a happy birthday. All right, well, I ran out of grout. I bought 2 bags thinking that would be plenty, but I'm slightly short. So that room's done, this room's done, that room's done, that's done. You saw the living room yesterday. You saw that room over there. Laundry room's done. Pantry is done. Hallway is done. Master bathroom is mostly done, so that's done. Closet's done. This is not done because this joint here goes all the way out over there. So I'll just do that all at once. So I got the master bedroom and I got the office. So it kind of stinks because I need to get a whole bag, but I'm sure we'll use that grout for tile, backsplash or whatever. But something I noticed that I'll put a side-by-side picture up here, what some of these joints look like before and then what they look like after. So they don't look that bad. They don't look like they're blown out that much. And then once you put the grout on there, you can totally see where it's blown out way more, where the grout fills in the cracks and everything. So definitely glad that we're doing this, because I don't know if that grinder that we're gonna get is gonna blow it out the joint even more. I wouldn't think it would, but I guess it has a possibility of doing that. So definitely glad that we're doing this. So I'll have to run to town, get the last bag of grout, we'll finish up. I got a little tiny joint right there in that closet. And then I called and reserved that die grinder. It'll be a couple days before I can get it. Or the diamond grinder. So we'll finish this up tomorrow morning and then we'll be done with the grout, and I'll show you what it looks like all throughout. we got her done. Office and the master. So now, like I said, it's all done. We'll put some glamour shots in there, even though they're not super glamorous because it's all dirty, but we are ready to start diamond grinding the floors. But while I was working on that, come on, Bo, let's go show them what you were helping Mama with. You coming? Let's go. Oh, you making a heart? Let's go show them what Mama and you were. All right, so while I was working in there, Tina, with the help of her parents, were working here. So they got most of our cabinets built. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to go. 2 lowers and 6 uppers. So we're really focusing on the lowers right now, because once we get the lowers in, we can call and schedule a time for them to come out to measure for our countertops, and then we can get an appointment to get those in. And then if we don't have uppers up, that doesn't matter. We don't need the uppers to finish and move in. So, but the lowers, we need the lowers. So we tried to get a lot of them with drawers. As you can see here, we prefer the drawers, but there is a couple of lowers with doors. I think there's 2 with doors and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with drawers. And then those are the 3 up there that you saw Tina build. Whenever that was, I can't even remember now because it's been a while. But yeah, so these ones here are a little bit lower because it's gonna go on the back side of the island, which I'll have to do some custom work to get them to fit and be the right height. But it shouldn't be too hard. Should be able to squeeze it in. So, but what do you think? You like them?
I opened them. See, are they like loosened?
Oh, see if they loosened.
They did loosen.
Are they all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like white. They're like squiggle.
They're squiggle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like squiggle.
All right, but anyway, that's where we're gonna leave this video. So grout's done, most of the cabinets are done, and we're ready to move on. Next up, we can diamond grind our floors. So with that said, that's where we'll leave this one. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.